I'm going to take a few minutes and cover two cases that review investing in expertise with a focus on the stewardship conservation sector. And not surprisingly, these kinds of projects get complicated, so I don't mind if you ask me questions as I go along, but I'll try to go through these fairly quickly. The first case review covers Wildsite, a stewardship and conservation organization based in the Kootenay region. And the second case review summarizes a multi-party initiative called Convening for Action, which addresses management of settlement change for sustainable outcomes on Vancouver Island. Both of these case reviews cover initiatives that have received support through the Foundation's Communities in Transition program, which is one of our special program areas. And the Communities in Transition program focuses on the non-metro areas of the province to help communities in the more rural locations access resources that they need to address their planning challenges. This case, as noted earlier, also illustrates support of partners under the Foundation's Communities in Transition program. It differs from the Wildsite case because the Foundation has a greater degree of collaboration in this initiative, and because Convening for Action on Vancouver Island, or CAVI, is our most successful example of patient investing in building the capacity of the conservation and stewardship sector in the Comox Valley region of Vancouver Island. This case involves two long-term strategic collaborations that the Foundation was able to bring together in 2008, and I'll describe that connection. Since the late 1990s, the Foundation has provided several grants to 4 conservation and stewardship organizations in the Comox Valley. The funded work included mapping of watersheds, inventories of sensitive natural areas, public education, and consultation with local governments regarding real estate development in local watersheds. These projects have delivered needed information about regional ecological systems. Under the terms of the funding, the Real Estate Foundation has required that the conservation and stewardship organizations ensure that local governments receive copies of their maps and inventories, as well as have access to educational services for their local government practitioners. By the middle of the current decade, the Comox Valley Conservation and Stewardship organizations commonly work together in shared offices in the Sustainability Center, which they established, I believe, in 2007. Is that correct, Jeff?
2006.
2006. In 2007, the Foundation provided a grant to help produce a sustainability report on the state of the environment in the Comox Valley. This project was led by the Comox Valley Land Trust. The report, Nature Without Borders, has been well received and by local governments, and they have been conferring with the Comox Valley Land Trust about the recommendations of this report. The second collaboration in this case review began in 2005 when the Foundation made a grant to help fund a tool called the Water Balance Model. This project was managed by the Water Sustainability Committee of the BC Water and Waste Association. The tool calculates how rainwater and stormwater can be retained on development sites rather than discharged into storm sewers and receiving waters. The Water Sustainability Committee found that the tool would be more effective if understood in the larger context of water sustainability. The committee approached the Foundation to assist with the development and delivery of broader educational services. Under the Communities in Transition program, the Foundation decided to collaborate and work with the Water Sustainability Committee, and by late 2006, an educational strategy was conceived and launched on Vancouver Island. For 3 years, CAVI has been funded jointly by the Foundation, the Ministry of Community and Rural Services, and the Ministry of Environment. For the last 2 years, CAVI has worked with local governments in the mid-Vancouver Island region with a focus in 2008 on the Cowichan Valley and the Comox Valley. This year, CAVI again is focused on the Comox Valley. Through an educational service called the Learning Lunch Seminar Series, CAVI works with communities of local practitioners to produce seminar information, a seminar program that addresses issues that have been identified by local practitioners with the goal of changing practices to manage settlement change in a more sustainable way. Water sustainability is one of the focuses of the seminars. Commencing last year, the foundation was able to encourage the formal involvement of the Comox Valley Land Trust and the Learning Lunch Seminar Series. Based on the quality of the Nature Without Borders report, the foundation believed that the expertise of the conservation and stewardship sector was needed for the regional planning process in the Comox Valley. The foundation took 3 specific steps to encourage this collaboration. The first was when the local governments asked the Comox Valley Land Trust if the foundation endorsed the recommendations of the Nature Without Borders report. The foundation provided a strong letter noting the importance of the work and the need for conservation and stewardship expertise. The foundation recommended that Jack Menard, who is here in the audience, Jack, that he become a participant in the Learning Lunch Seminar Series, and that happened last year. The foundation also provided a multi-year funding commitment to the Comox Valley Land Trust to enable it to continue its work and be an active participant in this involvement with the local governments. The Comox Valley Land Trust is also contributing strongly to a regional sustainability planning process that is going on in the Valley presently. I think the lessons from this kind of involvement is it does take patient funding and a long-term strategy to identify how the foundation can build capacity for certain sectors. And we had the advantage here of being able to work both with the practitioner professions through CAVI and work with the conservation and stewardship sector through the Comox Valley Land Trust. And the outcome of that has been a very strong and I think innovative, it's more than the collaboration, it's innovation of seeing the context differently. The planners didn't have, of course, the viewpoint of the conservation and stewardship sector, and the conservation and stewardship sector did not have the point of view of the planning fraternity. Coming together has been, I think, a really strong benefit for the Valley.